The time for empty talk is over. Now arrives the hour of action. We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. We stand at the birth of a new millennium, ready to unlock the mysteries of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, to free the earth from the miseries of disease. That whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood. We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Can a country claim greatness when millions of its citizens are sick? Can a country claim greatness when racial disparities have divided the people? Can a country claim greatness when it is bleeding financially? Well, we all know the answers to these questions. It cannot. So tonight we say without hesitation, Donald Trump has failed to make America great again. Under him, America is a superpower in ICU, intensive care unit. And I don't say this out of prejudice for the US president. I don't say this to increase our audience in the United States. And I certainly don't say this to get partners in the American media. And since this is a world full of conspiracy theorists, it's best to clarify up front. I say this because the facts say this. America is losing its shine in the post-pandemic world. Let's start with the American passport. For decades, it symbolized the ultimate level of privilege. An American passport allowed its holders access to numerous countries with free visas or visa on arrival. Well, that's not the case anymore. Americans had visa-free access to 185 countries. Not anymore. America ranks on the 7th spot on the Henley Passport Index. But don't let the rankings confuse you. The European Union is not allowing Americans entry. There's a temporary ban on US travelers to Europe. So US passport holders have access to only 158 countries, which brings an American passport closer to the levels of countries like Mexico and Uruguay. In fact, Mexico is a notch above the US with a score of 159. What a slide for the powerful US passport. What explains this slide? America's failure to control the Wuhan virus. These travel bans are a stinging rebuke for Donald Trump's poor handling of the pandemic. If you've been watching this show, you'd be aware that America is the world's biggest sick room right now, a distinction it has held for more than 3 months. As of today, America has 2.9 million cases of the coronavirus. 131,000 lives have been lost. 131,000 dead. This is not a small number. The death toll in the US is more than the number of cases in most countries. And these aren't the only numbers that show Trump's America in a poor light. Let's talk about the economic numbers. Goldman Sachs, one of the largest investment banks in the world, has further lowered America's GDP forecast. It says the American economy will shrink by 4.6% in 2020. It has lowered third quarter growth projections from 33 to 25%. Another set of worrying numbers, the swelling number of protesters on the streets of the United States. The civil unrest, show of strength by armed militias has become a common sight in the land of the free. Look at these images on your screen. These are from the 4th of July, the day America marked its 244th Independence Day. On this day, a group of heavily armed black protesters marched on the streets of Atlanta. They carried rifles, military-style weapons. Some wore ammunition belts over their shoulders. This was a bid to send a message to quote-unquote white supremacists. Diminishing privilege, raging pandemic, growing recession, and violent unrest. This is nobody's definition of greatness. If anything, Donald Trump has busted the myth of American greatness. Now, his niece has written a book that says he cheated in exams and has multiple psychological disorders. Well, you don't really need tell-all books for this president. He's telling his story himself and scripting a sorry tale for his country.